you see first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands in at 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighs in at 258.6 pounds. He has a professional record of 4 wins, opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of the TFTC Academy from Goldsboro, North Carolina, he is Mack Truck William Baptiste. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He stands in at 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 240.8 pounds. He has a professional record of 2 wins, opposite no defeats. Fighting out of the dark side of MMA from Mooresville, North Carolina, he is the Big Angry Nick.
The Big Angry.
Your referee in charge of the action when the bell rings is Joseph
He has
Hall.
a very angry disposition. And he's big.
He is big.
So all those characteristics come together.
They mesh well.
Pretty easy.
Especially for MMA
Fight
fighters.
clean, fight hard, fight fair. Just let us know if you like to.
Well, Baptiste just walked away.
William Baptiste is pretty much a well-rounded fighter. We know Nick Wharton has a very strong wrestling background. But once again, from the dark side of MMA, the likes of Jeff Jimmo and Ricky Rainey in his corner, you have to imagine he has some type of good striking skills. Not really seeing TMTC before. I'd like to see what William will bring to this fight.
No, at 40 years old, at what point, and I'm 40, and if I got in there, I mean, I'd get my tail kicked, right? But I mean, at what point do you kind of say, you know, this is it? Or is there an age limit for MMA?
No, there is no age limit. I mean, until it stops becoming fun, until you stop recovering, you know, then it becomes a time of hanging them up.
I think after a certain age, there are age medical clearances they might have to do, if I'm correct. I haven't looked at the handbook in a while, especially with the older guys.
Last week I went to Disney with our kids, actually, that we were on fall break. I rode a roller coaster and I was sore for 3 days.
What ride did he go on? The
Teacups?
Followed by Dumbo.
William Baptiste is in dominant position right here with that underhook held really high, pressing Nick against the cage.
Couple of ear slaps by the Big Angry.
Yeah, these guys are going to be in your face, in each other's faces for, I believe, most of this fight. Now, I don't know how much dancing they're going to do in the middle of the cage there.
Nick doing a good job of sinking those hips down, trying to keep William from taking them down. William will continue looking for a takedown and scores it. As Nick tries to get up.
Trying to get that back.
But Nick's doing a great job of trying to get back to the cage and gets back in the over-under position. William keeps his head pretty much buried into that jawline to keep Nick from moving.
Nick just looks like he could take this to the next level at any moment. It's just a
nice jab.
Straight to the face. This is about 500 plus pounds of
big right hand.
Of Clydesdale.
Yeah.
Two big athletes in there.
Absolutely. And athletes they are, too.
Absolutely. Nick actually had a full ride scholarship to Gardner-Webb for wrestling.
Just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. That big old monster on top of you during wrestling and grappling and jiu-jitsu classes.
Yes, it's not very nice. I know what personal experience.
I was say, first-hand, man, right there.
William going to once again try and get that single leg. But Nick doing a really good job of sinking those hips down, softening them up with those shots to the ribs.
Nice balance there by Nick.
Got that leg up there high, too, and it still didn't go down. I feel like Nick was throwing a couple good shots in there.
Absolutely. Under. Hands locked for a single leg. Snap down.
Got it.
There's a dominant position here.
That's not good for William right there.
Oh, absolutely not. Even the position Nick's in, this is very, very dangerous.
These are pro fights, so the ref might just be a little more cautious trying to stop him. But once you see that William isn't fighting back, which he is right now, of course, the ref could step in.
Nick slides him out.
Oh, what?
Looking to cause some damage. William stiff arms Nick trying to get position.
Oh, there goes the mouth guard.
Oh, nice elbow. That's it. Forearm. As Nick tries to pin that hand down, soften him up, under and over. Williams did a good job to hold him there, trying to keep him from lifting up and getting that space, trying to minimize as much damage as possible.
Trying to get that mount. See right there.
He slipped out of that. There he goes exposed again.
Just pinning that arm right there.
That arm is trapped right there.
Yeah. Well,
Nick can get some punches right there.
that is definitely a wrestling move. Trapping that arm and firing away.
That's just good no matter what you're doing.
As he tries to step back over on that arm, trying to pin that arm down.
10 seconds left in this first round. Elbow.
Nice elbows.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Got a little touch of the knuckles.
Working that jab again. Nick's being very methodical. Inside kick. Landed pretty solid for William.
This is always a thing whenever I see the guys like this fight. Is it more technical fights are we watching, or more to the strength? Because these guys are...
It starts off strength, and then it goes back and sits back on that technicality of everything. It's really hard to get all that mass in great condition.
And you can just see the sweat dripping off these guys, and every time they take a shot, you just see like a splatter of sweat just blowing up between them.
And takedown attempt by Nick. Thank God that cage door is closed and locked.
There's going to be some people taken out. The humanity, they'll be taken out if that thing comes undone. It's happened before at another promotion. That hinge gives way, and
you can hear Ricky Rainey over there in the red corner telling his guy, Nick, to throw some elbows and start trying to get out the corner.
How patient do you have to be in this situation?
Oh, very much so, because those knees that are going to the quad, they hurt. You can see him starting to favor it now. He's actually starting to lift it up. He just can't sit it there.
Looks like Nick is just waiting for that chance to do.
Turn out.
Yep. The whole cage, folks, at home.
I don't know
Shifted.
I don't know if that was picked up, but we heard it.
Both guys are swinging really big.
That is the streak.
William landed the last two. Nick's look like he's starting to get a little comfortable standing up. Got some blood trickling down Nick Rourke's nose. Those low kicks seem to be pretty effective for William.
Yeah.
Those jabs really aren't landing from Nick. They're kind of missing the mark.
He's being patient. He's waiting for this is a perfect opportunity to go in to show off his wrestling skills. But, you know, give it to William. I mean, he's for a 40-year-old guy, he's actually hanging in there fairly well at this point.
Absolutely. These are 3 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
These are no joke.
Straight action.
Not seeing much of a lull between the two heavyweights, which is surprising.
And for those at home, three 5-minute rounds. I mean, that you're out there for 5 minutes. It feels probably like 15 minutes normally, doesn't it?
It feels like forever.
Yeah,
It honestly does. Even if we're in a good position, it feels like forever. The best way to think about it is to go on a sprint for 5 minutes.
Right.
Holding 50-pound weights and
getting hit in the head by your neighbor.
I mean, that's not bad. If I was hitting my neighbor.
Apparently, you need to take something out with the HOA or something going on over here.
All I'm gonna say is, man, have your dog poop in your own yard, not mine.
Hate that.
There you go. Williams back in control, pushing Nick against the cage. Nick has to come up against the cage. If Nick does not do a better job of keeping his back off the cage, the judges might give this to William Baptiste.
I would think control, no matter what weight class you're in, is so crucial.
Absolutely, and right now, William Baptiste looks to be controlling this fight by keeping Nick on the cage. He's being too relaxed and just too comfortable laying against the cage right now.
Both these fighters look gassed, especially Nick. I mean, he.
Sweat in the eye.
Sweat in the eye. That's never good.
Should have worn your glasses.
Should have worn my glasses.
I'm getting peppered with
butt sweat.
Oh.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. That takes the wind right out of you.
And we heard that right over here.
If only if you could see the guys on the ring side as they came charging. About 3 of them jumped out to the seat.
Oh. Hard right hand by Nick, missed.
And we're going to the final round, guys. Let's see how these heavyweights want to finish out this fight.
I think we're sort of giving William Baptiste more of the edge in this fight so far, but it's been very competitive between these two guys. Oh, and a little slip. Baptiste got his footing back better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tried to finish it there,
Yeah.
but then fell in. Once again, that control aspect is so huge right now. With nothing terribly happening, nothing huge as far as damage, or nobody getting knocked down, it's really hard to decipher who's winning the fight besides the control. And right now, Nick is losing the control battle against Williams.
I think, Drew, you brought this up about just Nick looks a little more gassed than William right now. Who knows what second win Nick can get here in this last 4 minutes of this fight here.
Big overhand right.
Oh, walked right into that.
Looked like he was going for a Superman punch.
Yep.
I always like looking at these guys' eyes whenever they're fighting. Williams just a little more open. I don't think that is a major determining factor of anything of how he's feeling. His eyes are just wide.
He does look focused, though. He does have that. Yep.
I don't know about.
Once again, rattles the cage. He gave up on the double and went to the single.
Absolutely. If you look right now, William Baptiste has his arms wrapped around his head, almost in a guillotine position. If he's trying to finish out that double, he'll be in a bad position.
I would guess that William Baptiste's team did a good scouting report on Nick before they went into the fight. Knew he had a wrestling background. Set up a game plan for that. It looks like it's been executed pretty well. And I'm looking at Baptiste's team. I think it might have been time to try to go for that guillotine. Give him the pass to go for it.
Both guys are really tight right now. Williams not looking for an escape. Nick tried that last big takedown to no avail.
Maybe look for some elbows if this thing comes in. Oh, punch to the face.
Well, that's one way to get out of that.
That's a big strike right there.
Man, this does not look good for Nick Roehrick. When Baptiste just teed off several punches unanswered. And once again, back in that dominant position, driving Nick against the cage.
Yeah, the Big Angry looks big tired right now.
Yeah.
Tired in a big way.
Sniper Ricky Rainey coaching over there and didn't like something that maybe Nick was thinking about trying to go for.
Oh.
Nick looking for a reset right there. Coming back in a dominant position. Maybe trying to finish out.
Who's got the advantage here, Joe?
Right now it's kind of just
Yep.
Nick does. Now he started working up the hips. I can call foobar, but it's look pretty good now.
I just wonder if there's enough time again. Time is now a factor.
But he has to finish. He cannot afford just to lay there and be conservative. He has to end this fight because it doesn't look good. I can't tell you, guarantee one way or another who's going to win this fight, but it does not look good for Nick Roehrick. So he has to capitalize on this opportunity.
Now his corner right now has got to be telling him there's probably like 2 minutes left in this last round. I mean, right? I mean, they've got to know exactly how much time is left. And
they tell him to push up. They lift the head up and start raining down for strikes.
Not even 10 seconds
left.
That was a fast 5 minutes.
There's a good chance that William Baptiste will walk away with this win.
I agree with you.
Very good chance.
All right, fight fans, let's go to the judges' scorecards for our winner. Judge Valerie Dorsett scores about 29-28. Judge Steve Elliott scores about 29-28. And Judge Barry Lindeman scores about 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision,